Gypsy Woman, She's Homeless is one of those songs that sounds light and catchy on the surface, but once you actually listen to the lyrics, it quietly hits you with something much deeper. At its core, this song is telling a human story, one that's easy to overlook in real life. Instead of presenting homelessness as a statistic or a distant social issue, the lyrics zoom in on one woman and remind us that behind every label is a real person with habits, pride, and dignity. The opening lines immediately challenge the way we often picture someone who is homeless. The woman is described caring about her appearance, doing her hair, and making sure her day would be right without makeup. These details are important because they humanize her. She's not portrayed as careless or broken, but as someone who still wants to feel normal, presentable, and seen. The lyric, "She's just like you and me," reinforces this idea, breaking down the invisible wall we tend to put between ourselves and people living on the streets. As the song continues, the contrast becomes even more powerful. Despite her efforts to maintain a sense of self, she's still standing there singing for money. That image is heartbreaking in its simplicity. There's no dramatic storytelling here, just the quiet reality of survival. The repetition of her being homeless almost feels uncomfortable on purpose, as if the song is forcing the listener to sit with that truth instead of brushing past it. The La Da Di refrain plays an interesting role lyrically. On one level, it mirrors the way people often tune out uncomfortable realities. It's catchy, almost hypnotic, and easy to sing along to without thinking. But when paired with the image of a woman begging and singing for money, it starts to feel bittersweet. It's as if her song becomes background noise to the world around her, heard but not truly listened to. In the later lines, the narrator admits that the woman appears in their sleep, begging and reaching out. This suggests guilt, awareness, and emotional conflict. Even if the narrator isn't homeless themselves, they can't fully escape the image of her suffering. The line about her body not being mine emphasizes that separation while still acknowledging a shared humanity. It's the uncomfortable realization that while our lives may be different, the gap between us isn't as wide as we'd like to believe. By repeating, "She's just like you and me," the song keeps pulling us back to its central message. This isn't a story about someone else. It's about all of us. The woman's homelessness isn't presented as a moral failure, but as a circumstance that could happen to anyone. The lyrics subtly ask the listener to examine their own empathy and how easily we overlook people once we stop seeing ourselves in them. In the end, Gypsy Woman, She's Homeless works as a quiet social commentary wrapped in a deceptively simple narrative. The lyrics don't lecture or accuse, they observe. And through those observations, they remind us that dignity, self-worth, and humanity don't disappear just because someone loses a home. The song leaves you with a lingering thought. The next time you pass someone standing there, singing or asking for help, remember, they're just like you and me.